Hey guys! So I have a few book recommendations for you guys. These are some of the books that I have read so far in 2025. So the very first book that I would recommend is The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. It is one of the most amazing fantasy books that I have ever read. It is very political and very gruesome in some scenes, so I would definitely ask you guys to check the trigger warnings before you go into this. This is about a girl called Ren. She was adopted into this family which is not very good and doesn't treat her that right. They are planning to marry her off to this wealthy guy and she doesn't want to do that. So what she does is she takes a test where if you pass the test you get to go to an academy called the Synagogue Academy, and she did pass the test, long story short, and went to the Synagogue Academy, and there the story unfolds. The next book is a YA fantasy novel called The Gilded Ones, and the story follows Deka, who is 16-year-old, and she has to go through this blood impurity test in her village. If your blood is gold and not red, then they consider you as a monster and they you. Basically, she bled gold, Deka, and was locked in a chamber and was every single day until this one mysterious woman comes and takes Deka away to train for the military, and that's where the story unfolds. The next book is Ghost Camera, and it is one of the best horror books that I have ever read this year. It is so scary, so eerie. It's a collection of short horror stories, so every single chapter it's going to be a new horror story. I loved it so much. Every single chapter you have a different story, and I love those novels that have like short horror stories in them. So this was immediately a 5 stars for me. The next book that I would like to recommend is Consider Me. It's a romance novel. It is a sports romance novel. I loved Okada. He is one of the funniest and the best characters out there. Olivia is also, she has such an attitude and she's just a girl boss. I love her so much, and yeah, their chemistry is just so good. I didn't really like the second book as much as I enjoyed Consider Me, so do with that information what you will. Then there's Yellowface. My friend recommended me that book and it was one of the best and worst books that I have ever read. I rated it 5 stars though, don't get me wrong, but the story is just so effed up. It follows 2 authors. One is an Asian author, the other one is white. The white author is very well off and she, like, her books sell so fast and she has like movie deals and stuff, and the Asian author is kind of jealous, and one day they got into this like pancake eating contest and the white author choked on a pancake, and so this Asian author, she got a hold of the manuscript of the white author and she basically turned it into her own, and she gaslit herself to the point where even the readers think that what she's doing is right and there's nothing wrong with what she's doing, and it was just so effed up like that. And we just go through this Asian author's thought process and her gaslighting herself into thinking that what she's doing is right and this manuscript is actually hers. So yeah, if you like that type of story where it is very effed up and very messed up and you just are continued being gaslit, you can check out this book. Those are the books that made it to my favorite reads of 2025. So far I haven't read a lot of books that I really didn't like, but let me know if you guys want to see the books that I DNF'd or that I really didn't like. But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much and happy reading, everyone.